And now we're coming up to one of my least favorite bosses in the game, F-Zone. Well, I guess it's called that. It's really weird that it's called Zone even though it's not a zone. Like, Final Zone. Except, it's just a boss fight. And this is a boss fight that a lot of people will intentionally put the game on easy, even despite playing most of the game through normal mode. Because this boss moves so much faster when you're playing it on normal mode. Like, this is the only boss in the game that has an actual strategy that's changed when you go into easy mode. Most of the other boss fights, they just go from taking 8 hits to kill to 6 hits. But yeah, a lot of this boss annoys me. Jump the instant that you land. Like, the laser goes from left to right to left to right, so it's not like it's appearing in random places that are unpredictable. So it is surprisingly easy to dodge, just jump. Unfortunately, this is yet another boss in the game that has a crusher move. And as I showed off before, the boss music for this is really unsuited. Like, this is supposed to be one of the hardest boss fights in the game, and it had that happy-go-lucky, bouncy music with repetitive singing, I guess. That's why I'm playing the Sonic CD final boss music here. I just feel like it suits it better. Like, I prefer for music to suit the setting. You're gonna be hearing that a lot. But anyways, you gotta constantly hold down on the control pad when his arms start shaking, because otherwise he'll fling you off it. And you can get away with not doing that at first, but pretty soon, as you progress through the boss battle, he'll start shaking his arm more and more. And so, you'll be forced to stop and crouch on it for multiple times in a row. And I believe that if you get hit by any of these green things, then you won't be able to do this. I'm not really sure though. But yeah, I just hate how you have to constantly crouch on these things. Because you completely stop, like, you really want to jump into the hip. You really want to jump into the weak spot as fast as you can, but you can't. So you want to rush, but you're not allowed to. Or else you'll be forced to you'll have to be forced to you spend even longer in this boss fight. This boss fight drags out as it is. Carefully tap the control pad left and right, moving as slowly as you can, and that's how you can avoid getting hit by this thing. Like, I don't know why people say this is so difficult to dodge. Like, at least when it's like that, like, you just very slowly and carefully walk around and you'll be able to dodge it. I have a harder time dodging those green things. You gotta jump the instant that you land, or else you're gonna get hit by one after you land. And it's hard enough to dodge those things as it is. Just imagine how hard it would be on normal mode. And you know, this game is so hard as it is, it really should have been that normal mode was called hard mode, and easy mode was called normal mode. Because what happens is, you think, oh, easy mode is for babes, so I'm not gonna play that, and then you have a terrible time. And I still had a miserable time with this game when I first played it, because easy mode doesn't really fix the level design. It doesn't even really fix the boss fights. So easy mode should really be just called normal mode. Yeah, this is what happens if you get flung off this thing. It just pads out the boss even longer. And I was save-stating like crazy here. Like, I didn't really find this to be fun. Now this is how you can easily get hit in this. When it constantly creates more than, like, when there's just 2 of those pink electricity things, then it's kind of okay to dodge. But when there's multiple of them in a row. But yeah, with this laser, just run in the opposite direction that it's going and constantly jump. Like, if it starts out from the left, then you just start out from the right and jump to the left. And then you turn around and start moving to the right. We're 3.5 minutes in, by the way. I know it's supposed to be like the final boss, but still. See, like, you get shaken off it, and then you try to get back on it, and it doesn't let you for some arbitrary reason. And again, this boss has an insta-kill move. Now I can sort of understand the final boss of the game having an insta-kill move, but the first one, need to remind you, if you don't jump at exactly the right time when it's sending that barrel at you, then it can send you off the boss arena to your death. And it's the first boss in the game. And not to mention, you can also get crushed by the Night Carnival boss. And by the boss of... Damn it, what was it? I think it was Altitude Limits. Like, one more boss before this. There are way too many bosses in this game that have insta-kill moves. Like, not even Sonic Adventure 2 had that. Like, it had one insta-kill move with the hand, but that was it. And to be honest, I keep going back and forth over whether I hate this game's bosses more, or Advance 2's. Because Advance 2's boss fights enrage the hell out of me. Like, I get so frazzled and frustrated with constantly dying over and over again. And not even necessarily dying, just the fact that I'm fighting against the running physics the entire time. And it just takes so long trying to get from one side of the screen to the other. You feel so slow. Because you have to constantly air dash just to get to the boss at all. And you're expected to do precise platforming when you're always running. The physics of the running boss fights are horrible. So, I don't know. I guess I'm the type of person who would rather be bored than frustrated. Cause these Rush's boss fights are boring because they take way too long to complete. They pad themselves out to a ridiculous extent. But at least when I'm bored, I can turn my brain off and listen to music or something. And I can just will myself to do it on autopilot. With the bosses of Advance 2, I'm so angry that I have an angry rant in my head every time I'm playing it. So even when I'm playing, like even when I'm listening to music or something to distract me, when I'm furious with the game, I can't enjoy it. Like I can't. Like I find boring stuff more tolerable than frustrating stuff, I guess. Cause at least I can turn my brain off and just go into autopilot and listen to something else with background noise. But yeah, obviously this isn't the real ending. This is yet another 2D Sonic game that insists on not showing you the proper ending if you don't beat the game with all the Chaos Emeralds. So, even though you beat all the levels, beat all the boss fights, because you didn't beat a whole bunch of stupid mini-games that have nothing to do with the actual gameplay, you have to deal with people saying, oh, you didn't actually beat the game. Unless you get all the Chaos Emeralds. Seriously, I hate that design mentality. I mean, the normal endings are canon, at least for this game, but, like, they lead into the last story. Perfect example of the story of this game right here. It is such a shame that they just ruined Amy's character this much. Like, she literally spends the entire credits scene chasing after Sonic with a sledgehammer, and you know, if she's supposed to be in love with him, why is she okay with smacking him in the head with a sledgehammer? Like, it's supposed to be... It's the sort of Japanese comedy. Like, the Japanese find it a lot more humorous. We just see its unfortunate implications and stuff. But yeah. There is another story after this. Like, this isn't the end of the game, folks. There's Sonic's story, and then there's Blaze's story. See, the story of this game is kind of like Adventure 1's, but not exactly. I mean, I like the way that Adventure's tone and atmosphere is done, and its characterization a lot better than this game's. But the problem was that Adventure 1's cutscenes did a lot of showing you the same cutscenes over and over again, but with different dialogue. Which sort of helped to make it feel less repetitive, not really. With this game, when it shows you a different story, for the most part it's different cutscenes. So it feels less repetitive. Although, when you do see the same cutscenes as the previous story, well, it's the same dialogue for the most part, which is more repetitive. But on the bright side, you actually get to hear the inner thoughts of the protagonist. Like, you get to hear what Sonic is thinking, or what Blaze is thinking. So I guess it helps develop their character more. But yeah. Something I haven't mentioned yet about this game is that, as you can see here, this game has a completely different voice cast from the original Dreamcast games. So you see, the game has the 4Kids voice cast for finding the voice clips. This is because the original cast was fired as a Shadow the Hedgehog. And a lot of people think that's because of the fact that Eggman's voice actor died. But actually, they were originally planning to replace the voice actors anyways. Because they wanted to save money by hiring the same voice actors as in the anime Sonic X. Come on, you can't tell me that you can't hear that theme. They blatantly ripped off Super Mario Bros. There. But yeah. That was Sonic Rush's Sonic Sword. See you later for Blaze's part. I've got a lot to say about that one. Believe me.